Here we are back on campus and back in the studio with our first teachable moment. So as a starting point, I would suggest that we think about what a teachable moment is. And I put together one PowerPoint slide, I promise only one, when I was thinking about what that actually meant. So teachable moments occur, often they're unexpected, and they're opportunities. They're opportunities to learn, they're opportunities to offer insight, and to learn from one another. So the first two clips that I thought were most important, first of all, is we want to hear from the students, and we want to know what their perspective is in returning to campus and to live classrooms. So I'd like to introduce Julia, and Julia is a fourth-year student. Well, you can explain your background.
Yeah, so I'm actually a transfer student from the University of Manitoba. I spent 3 years there and then just decided, it wasn't a great fit for me, and I looked into the U of W, and it was a way better fit for me. So I spent my first year online, and now I'm going back into in-person courses, not knowing anything about the campus or the profs or anything. So it's a little bit nerve-wracking, but I'm excited to be here.
Yeah. I think somebody worked on you a little bit to transfer from University of Manitoba to University of Winnipeg. So I have a vested interest in you having a positive experience, and then the pandemic happened. So you already alluded to some of the concerns. How are you feeling about returning to campus and live classrooms?
Yeah, so obviously there is some, generalized anxiety, it's nerve-wracking coming back to an environment you don't really know what to expect anymore, especially because things are changing, right? They're going to be quite different from what we saw 3 years ago when I was first in university. There is, anxiety around meeting new people and learning how to communicate with your peers again, or doing group projects, as well as, working with your profs or asking for help. How do you reach out to them? Talking to them in person is going to be a little bit more nerve-wracking as well, because it wasn't face-to-face. But meeting more people is going to be a good experience. It's just really nerve-wracking for sure.
Yeah, so there's, anxiety.
Yeah.
There's some fear. There's nerves.
Exactly.
I think it's it's really important for us to hear from your perspective, from students' perspective, because similarly, we're feeling that.
Exactly.
We've all been, so unsettled in the last couple of years, and lots to learn, lots to reestablish. So. It's important to talk about that. You said you're not sure how to address your professors.
Exactly.
And I think just the idea of emailing them or talking to them, as you say, in person is going to be a challenge.
Yeah, exactly.
I will give you a little tidbit. Ask them how they want to be addressed.
Okay.
Because
good to know.
we all have ideas about that, and it's an individual thing. And the easiest strategy is just to say, how do you...
And vice versa as well. Yeah,
exactly.
For students as well, yeah.
University of Winnipeg, we know every single student by first name. No, I'm kidding. So you mentioned questions and concerns. Anything else that comes to mind?
Yeah, for someone who is in, my fourth or fifth year, coming back, I know what to expect kind of from a live class or, note-taking. But for someone that's coming back from only being online, never having that experience, I can imagine that they have no sense of direction. They don't know, how to ask for extra help or where to find your resources. Obviously, studying for exams is quite different now. Live lectures are a lot more, I wouldn't say harder to keep up with, but they definitely, you're trying to write as well as listen versus online. You can pause everything.
So I was going to say, we don't have a pause button.
Exactly. So for a first, second, or third year student, I can definitely see why there would be some uncertainty and some generalized anxiety for sure towards that.
Definitely.
And exactly making new friends. you know, even if you're in res, it could be quite difficult as well because you don't really know how to communicate again. Yeah.
It'll happen.
Yeah. Eventually.
It'll happen. To wrap up, what are you most looking forward to or excited about?
Yeah. So for me, I did develop some social anxiety during the pandemic, as everyone did. You know, you kind of put yourself in a box and you feel really comfortable in your routine at home. So for me, I'm really looking forward to breaking out of that and meeting new people. I am a very outgoing person, so to meet new friends, especially in my early 20s, as it's more difficult in your early 20s, as most people know, I'm looking forward to that. I think it's going to be a good
exciting.
chance. Yeah, it'll
It's
be a
exciting.
good chance to meet new people for sure. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for offering your insights.
You're so welcome.
And
Thanks for
coming
having
down
me.
to campus in person.
Thank you for having
great.
me.
My pleasure.